So for my multimedia project, I'm going to be talking about pop culture and how it has impacted us today as a whole, and pop culture from the 60s and 70s and 80s, in that realm. So, like, what is pop culture? Pop culture is popular culture transmitted via the mass media and particularly aimed at younger people, um, the dictionary definition. And pop culture comes from food you eat, music you listen to, people you're around, sports you play, books you read, literally anything. It's not just celebrities like a lot of people think about it to be, and it plays a really big role for teenagers and how we act and how we think, and it kind of influences political values as well to an extent. So pop culture in the 21st century has changed dramatically, affecting our lifestyles as well, and breaking down barriers such as gender, class, religion, and age ranks a lot. Um, it can be so powerful sometimes that it can even cause like mass political movements. And if you've heard the song "This Is America" by Childish Gambino, there's a lot of hidden messages about race and gun violence in America. And a quote from Gunsley Ramsey, a professor of music history at the University of Pennsylvania, basically stated, "I think pop culture is a place to escape, but I had to understand that there really isn't a place to escape." Referencing to Childish Gambino's music video of "This Is America." Um, there's so many hidden messages in that one music video. It's actually insane. So that really, really affects us. Watching a simple music video about gun violence can really, really move people in a way that a lot of people don't think they can even like think, and how they act. Like, it really does. Like, whenever I watched it, it was crazy. I was like, oh my, like, I didn't even know like that was even happening, because I just didn't know about it. But based on a recent news poll, a Newsweek poll, 77% of Americans believe that celebrities are too influential on young girls. This effect is especially noticeable in how we dress and act. And then the advent of technology and access to the World Wide Web has certainly skyrocketed with younger generations. We have access to Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, blogs, Discords, where a lot of people go and like talk and play games, Omegle, just a lot of ways that we can talk to each other. And I think that really affects how we act and think. And that basically is what pop culture is. It's like what you're around and how you think, and like the mass media that is around you. And then, so another quote from Camille Paglia says, "Pop culture is a new Babylon with a lot of art and intellectuals. We live in the age of idols." And I think that is certainly, like, that is a really great quote. Like, we do, like, all, like, if you're younger, and, you know, I remember years ago when I would just, like, obsess over celebrities, and, like, that's, like, all I would think about. So, yeah, like, my life used to be surrounded by celebrities 24/7. Even when I was growing up, like, I was around media, like, I was around TVs, and, I was on Instagram, unfortunately, and especially, like, in the 80s, there was chunky jewelry, bright colors, flashy items, and then the upbringing of technology, really, and cell phones. So pop culture in the 80s stands out from others, and started a starting point for several modern innovations as well. And I remember when the 1980s pop culture was coming back during Stranger Things, and all over TikTok, there were thousands and thousands of videos talking about like, oh, like POV, you're in the 80s. And that really, like, that was really eye-opening. Like, not like in a oh my gosh way, but like people really hold on to pop culture from years ago. And pop culture nowadays can be, like, it can be such a good thing, but a bad thing as well. There's a lot of dangers in pop culture that not a lot of people know about. Hence, with strangers on the internet, there's gonna be a lot of people on the internet that you don't know and that you're gonna talk to, and yeah. But pop culture is like one of my favorite things. I love it so much. I love being on the internet when I can, and I just think it's really eye-opening at times, and I really love the people that you meet on there and how you basically just, like, you meet people with certain interests as you. I think that's really interesting. Whenever I was researching about pop culture, I found a really interesting article about how, what if we taught pop culture in schools, and how kids who didn't like want to learn about algebra learned about their favorite celebrities, or learned how rock music came about. Like, there are classes that people who are going to college can learn about, and especially music and pop culture, as pop culture rises and as it will continue to rise, because it will be a part of us forever. There is no escaping this. There's a lot to learn, and I think it's always good to keep an eye out and have an open mind to things. So that's why pop culture is truly my favorite thing. So yeah, thank you.